you all remember that one movie where cars can talk? Do you also remember when there was a video game made about it? Probably not, but if you do, then you would know that this is actually a pretty decent licensed kids game. That's what I would say if I wasn't a fucking nerd. This is one of the best games ever made, holy moly. I mean, you go around driving and jumping as the most fastest goddamn real racing car, Lightning McQueen! Okay, but in all seriousness, this game is actually pretty good, guys. I promise, the developers actually cared, and I'll tell you why. Get ready to listen to a dumbass talk about a 17-year-old licensed game against your will with absolutely no bias whatsoever! This is Cars, the video game. But you already knew that. Just cue the intro, goddammit. Okay, so everyone knows that Cars is a movie franchise by Pixar about a funny red race car named Lightning McQueen. The first of many games was released in 2006 by Rainbow Studios. This is one of the first games I've actually ever played, so obviously this is gonna be biased. I mean, come on, but I mean, who cares anyways? This is a goddamn racing game about sentient talking cars. Anyways, let's start talking about the story. This is a tie-in game, so like, I guess it's canon, maybe, question mark? I don't know if there's any lore enthusiasts out there willing to dive into the complex storyline of literally fucking cars competing in cups. This game's story is pretty simple. It's just Lightning competing in a new season of Piston Cup races, and that actually takes place after the first movie, which is pretty cool. It's divided up into 5 chapters for some reason, and there's an option to play the full story or a smaller compact version that doesn't go through everything. The fucking full size is barely 4 hours, so why would they even bother making a condensed version? The extra effort is respectable though. I don't even remember the last time I played the compact story. I think it's like 2 hours though. In each chapter, Lightning does activities with his friends as well as training and getting whipped up into shape for the next big race, including but not limited to tractor tipping with Mater, like some weird Metal Gear Solid type stealth minigame where you're supposed to avoid Frank, Sarge's obstacle course, Doc's power slide lesson, so on and so forth. Most of it is just races with random people though, like these European cars. Later down the road, we're introduced to some familiar faces as well as new ones too to keep things fresh, and I think that's really cool. It also helps the immersion that the original movie cast reprised their roles in this game. Wow! Story mode takes place in Radiator Springs Hub World, and the other 2 areas are unlocked through the story progression, which is Ornament Valley and Tailfin Pass. The best part of the game might honestly just be driving around the world doing goofy shit with Lightning. If you think the game is too easy, because it is, you can actually name your save file a specific way in order to set the story mode to a secret professional difficulty. There's honestly a lot of quirks in this game so far that have really had me impressed even by looking at it in a critical light. There's a point in the game where Lightning's even challenged to a race by a gang of monster trucks, and he has to ask Luigi for a set of big wheels to compete with them. It's fun and goofy, but at the same time, the monster truck characters control like fucking dog shit. So that's basically the gameplay loop, right? Every chapter, you just go around doing stuff with your friends, you know, just having a good time, doing some training, getting shit done. But in the final chapter, instead of doing all the normal shit you would be doing before, Lightning and Chick actually compete in a series of mini Grand Prix before the culmination of the final Piston Cup race. Did I tell you that this game is so cool yet? 3-year-old me is fucking crying with tears of joy. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows though, I can at least tell you that much. There's still some faults with the story mode, because there's some moments in the game where you play as Mater and Sally and etc., but there are very few and far between. I think it would have been cool if you could just play as the other characters more, but it's fine I guess. The story is short anyway. At least you can customize Lightning's paint job to really make him look like a circus act. I mean seriously, some of these paint jobs are whack, like Carbon Fiber Lightning McQueen is Black Lightning McQueen! But talking about other than all of those things, I actually think I finished talking about this part of the game, though honestly it wasn't much. I did say this shit was like 4 hours long, bruh. The gameplay. What the hell do you even want me to say here? It's a goddamn racing game. Ugh, fine. I guess I'll go into it. Well, yes, this is just another racing game. You can do a couple of tricks that take advantage of the fact that these cars are actually living beings here, such as being able to jump to reach different shortcuts in some tracks, driving backwards, which really doesn't do anything other than gaining points for maintaining it.
Mater, my name's not Litnig.
Tilting, which actually allows you to take even sharper turns than just simply drifting. And yeah, that's basically it. Look, this game is simple and easy, okay? You can be like 20 seconds ahead of second place. Really, the main problem with the gameplay is how long a lot of the tracks are, which can lead to making you feel empty inside while playing.
What the
especially the fucking Piston Cup races. The penultimate races to test your skill are boring, dumb circles in which you can't even drift for some reason. I really do have more fun playing on the shorter tracks. During the story mode, you do unlock the boost, which is upgraded 2 more times, and it makes the game easier, but we aren't going to talk about that. The more speed, the merrier, especially when you're playing as the most fastest real racing car, Lightning McQueen. Alright, points, right? I'm pretty sure I mentioned those when I was talking about the whole backwards driving bit. Points are a form of currency that you can get by collecting these little ka-chow things in the hub world. I think that's what they're called. I mean, they make the sound. You also get points by completing races, and by, of course, doing things within the races such as getting big air, or driving safe while power sliding, which gives you 0 points. Seriously, what is wrong with this game? Did I seriously get 0 points from something like that? That's fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic here. You can use these points to buy paint jobs, concept art, and entirely new characters, which is pretty cool. Lightning is simply the best anyway, though. It really is just a racing game, guys. That's all I needed to say. Other than, like, holy shit, safe driving? It's actually harder than it looks sometimes. But if you really like the Cars franchise and you wanted to get more of it, this game could honestly give you your fix on that, as it is pretty decent when it comes to just being a good Cars game. It does share a lot of continuity, and the gameplay is simple for your little dumb pea brain to handle. No, I'm just kidding. You're probably smarter than me anyway. Now, I would like to talk about some neat things before I wrap shit up, because there is a couple of things that I would like to say. Some are good, some are dumb and stupid. The stupid things are that some characters are only playable on the Piston Cup tracks, like the King, which is dumb, because why make them playable if you can't even fucking play as them, really? Also, there's this weird glitch that happens when, for some reason, everyone's voice lines are just completely deleted from the game temporarily because nobody talks for like an hour and a half. Then, everything goes back to normal like nothing happened. Only the type of glitches you'll see in licensed games, folks, like that one thing with the points just being equal to 0. Also, no matter what you do, the game is always easy. Even on the hardest difficulty, which is Champion. I'm known to be a baby, and I like chill experiences anyway, but this is definitely a problem for some other people. But I mean, it is a kid's game though. I really wasn't joking about being 20 seconds ahead of second place. There are so many instances where that happens, it's kind of funny. But then I fuck up, and then I can see the counter just plummeting all the way down. And then they're eventually behind me, and then I start having a heart attack. See, I can be biased and also point out the bullshit, but I'm done doing that right now because it's time to talk about some fairly cool things. Like the hub world and how in-depth it is, even though it really didn't need to be that way. There's a lot of areas here you just wouldn't see while you're racing on any course, and I think it shows the development teams care while doing the world design. Normally I devote a whole section to talking about the worlds, but I mean, it's literally just Radiator Springs here, guys. There's not much for me to say, but there is a lot of cool nifty things that you can see here as well. More well-hidden areas do also lead to bigger ka-chow points. That doesn't mean you have to risk your life for them, Lightning, no. Lightning! The boost works by giving you extra speed, right? Everyone should know that. But when you let go of the boost button, your speed is being preserved, and you only noticeably slow down as soon as you start turning again. So it's good to pick up your speed like on straightaways. This can also lead to you getting some major air on huge inclines, and that leads to a good big air bonus, so everything you do will give you points. It is really awesome, and I love how they reward you for simply being good at the game, and also honestly being shit at the game too, because you don't get punished for it. I mean, look at the difference in time! The game in general just has goofy physics anyway. But yeah, that's Cars, the video game. A simple little dumb racing game that, despite being a licensed game, actually does have some quality to it. And there's a lot of licensed games that THQ back in the day published, another example being SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Speaking of which, this isn't the first time I talked about one of their published games on my channel. Maybe I'll talk about more if this video performs well, I don't know. This video is shorter than usual, but I mean, it was just a nice little thing I wanted to do. I like this game, alright? I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I just wanted to talk about it because I made a video like 3 years ago about it, and it was really fucking stupid. But hey, here I am. This is the sequel we all desperately wanted. Either way, talking about Lightning McQueen was fun, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it because I'm biased as fuck! I am Speed. 1 winner, 4 losers!